This is Sugarani. Today we are going to discuss about the text analytics. Here the clear explanation regarding text analytics. So the text analytics used to be divided into the different sections like sentiment analysis, like text identification, text mining, text categorization, text clustering, search access, entity or the relation modeling, link analysis, sentiment analysis, and the summarization. This all together we can consider as a text analytics. And where we are using the text analysis or the areas where we are using the text analytics. Here if you see, these are few areas where we are using the text analytics like information extraction, natural language processing, data mining, information retrieval. If we observe that nowadays, everything is running behind the chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini AI, and so on. So information extraction or the information retrieval system is having the much scope research area where to develop many algorithms and where to develop many research. And information extraction, the automatic extraction of structured data such as entities, relationships, and the attributes. Natural language processing refers to the branch of artificial intelligence. It gives the machine the ability to read, understand, and derive meaning from the human language. Data mining, the information retrieval, and some of applications where the NLP natural language processing includes like translation tools, Google Translate, Amazon Translate, even the virtual assistants like Siri, Google Home, Alexa, etc. These are the few examples for virtual assistants. Data mining. Here we are having the so many tools for the data mining. We are having a lot of applications for NLP in data mining. So where the data mining refers to the extraction of useful data, hidden patterns from large data sets. Even it is having the future trends that allows business to make a better data-driven decisions. And few more applications like information retrieval, where the information retrieval is a process of accessing data resources. More specifically, information retrieval systems provide an interface between users and large data repositories, especially textual repositories. So here, altogether, text analytics equal to information retrieval plus natural language processing plus data mining and web mining. Altogether, we can consider as a text analytics. And what is a text analytics and text analysis? There is a clear difference between the text analytics and the text analysis. Text analytics is the quantitative data. Text analytics is the quantitative data that you can obtain by analyzing patterns in multiple samples of text, like presented in charts, tables, or graphs. Whereas a text analysis is a term used to study and understand text. It includes exploring the languages, symbols, patterns, pictures in the text. So there is a clear difference between analytics and analysis. Analytics means where we can have the clear picture measurements or the clear reading of data, like tables and charts and the graph representations, where all the data can be represented in a single graph. But where text analysis, it is main to study and understand the text, like languages, symbols, patterns, and the pictures, where we used to make the subject understandable by using the pictures representation or the symbols representations or few patterns in that particular language. Text analytics helps you to determine if there's a particular trend or pattern from the results of analyzing thousands of pieces of feedback. For example, if you take for the text analytics, if we take some example of any online store or any online shopping, there we used to measure the feedback, measure the thousands of feedback. We used to we used to consider the thousands of feedbacks. And by gathering the thousands of feedbacks, we used to analyze the data, and we used to give the overall feedback about that particular product. So this is called as text analytics, where to determine particular trend or the pattern. Meanwhile, you can use text analysis to determine whether the customer's feedback is positive or negative. Here we are having the slide. Here we are having the slide single line between the text analytic and the analysis. If we take the example of same feedback scenario for any online store, if you take the feedback scenario, here we are gathering the feedback of the customers. Here we are gathering the feedback of the customer, and we are measuring that feedback by the patterns, and we are using the analytics, and we are telling how much of feedback the product got. Same here, we are measuring how much of feedback the product got, but if the product got positive feedback or the negative feedback, that we are going to measure by using the text analysis. Here we are also using the text analysis in the web mining. Where web mining, we are having web content mining, web structure mining, web using mining. The web content mining is divided into text, image, audio, video, list, or the table record. Where web structure mining, we are having hyperlinks, document structures. Web usage mining, we are having web server logs, application server logs, application level logs. And again, web structure mining, it is again divided in, hyperlinks, again it is divided into intra-document as well as the inter-document. So text mining, now we've seen about the web mining. Now text mining or the analysis activities or the task. Here we are having some of the text mining analysis activities. The documents, classification, information retrieval, example search engines, supervised classification, example using genres, unsupervised clustering, corpora comparison, entity recognition, data visualization, word frequency, n-grams, detecting clusters, and so on. We are having supervised learning, unsupervised learning data sets. Input data, here in the supervised learning, input data is labeled, whereas in the unsupervised learning, input data is unlabeled. So the labeled data is called as the supervised learning, and unlabeled input data is called as the unsupervised learning. And again in the supervised learning has a feedback mechanism, where in the unsupervised learning, we don't have feedback mechanism. Supervised learning, we are having the data is classified based on the training data sets, where in the unsupervised assigns properties of given data to classify with. Again, in the supervised learning, divided into regression and classification, where in the unsupervised learning, divided into clustering and associations. So in the supervised learning, used for the prediction, supervised learning data sets are used for the prediction, and unsupervised learning data sets are used for the analysis. And in the supervised, algorithms included like decision trees, logistic regression, support vector machine. In the unsupervised learning, we are having the algorithms like k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, prairie algorithm. In the supervised learning, known number of classes. In unsupervised, unknown number of classes. Here we can see text analysis. First is the text selection. Means what is the source of the text, like books or magazines, internet contents, etc. Does it have any time frame or not? Next one, look information details, like identify the text units you want to study, categorize the text unit for classification. And the third step is analyze the data, interpret the meanings embedded, think about the content and themes of the data. Approaches of text analysis, rhetorical criticism, content analysis. It is a systematic study to describe, analyze, interpret, and evaluate the messages that are hidden in the text. Understanding the historical, cultural, and social contents in the messages, and using it to evaluate society. Build a theory and its applications. Next, content analysis. It is used to identify the messages occurring in the text and enumerating them. It is generally not preferred by researchers as they work on the data that already exists rather than generating new data. So content analysis, again, which terms include training the researchers for the same. Qualitative content analysis, quantitative content analysis. Qualitative content analysis focus on the actual meaning embedded in the messages rather than the number of times the message has occurred. Quantitative content analysis is a step-by-step procedure where the research questions are answered in proper manner. Interaction analysis. It includes studies right from linguistic features like words and sentences, formation to non-verbal factors like hand gestures and eye contacts. Topics that people discuss, the purpose of specific actions and speechless. Next, performance studies focus on the richness of the text and its aesthetics, while researchers puts up performance using the text to act out how it affects a conversation, like select, play, sting, choosing, repeating, and presenting. Types of text analysis techniques. Text classification. So again, in the text classification, rule-based classification, machine learning-based systems. In the rule-based classification, assigns tags to the text based on predefined rulers for semantic components or syntactic patterns. Machine learning-based systems work by training the text analysis software with examples and increase their accuracy in tagging the text. Text extraction. So text extraction scans the text and pulls out key information. It identifies keywords. Text extraction software applies the following methods like regular expression, conditional random field. Regular expression, this is a formatted array of symbols that serves as a precondition of what needs to be extracted. Conditional random fields, this is a machine learning method that extracts text by evaluating specific patterns or phrases. It is more refined and flexible than regular expression. Next, topic modeling. Topic modeling methods identifies the group-related keywords that occurred in an unstructured text into a topic or theme. P2 reduction. P2 reduction automatically detects and removes personal identification information such as names, addresses, or account numbers from a document. Basic concepts of information retrieval, architecture of information retrieval system, user interface, query processing, indexing, retrieval model, ranking, data collection, and the storage. What is information retrieval system? Here the user task, retrieval search, browsing. In the retrieval search, we are having the classic models, structured models. In browsing, we are having the browsing. Classic models, again Boolean, probabilistic, Boolean, set theory, fuzzy, extended Boolean, and again algebraic, generalized vector, latent semantic index, neural networks, and again probabilistic, interface network, belief network. The architecture of information retrieval system, user interface. This component enables user interactions with the system. Filters, search box, and other tools will be included in it. Query processing, the query processing component transfers processed user queries into the form that may be utilized to search the index. Parsing, expansion, and rewriting of queries are just a few examples of its possible subcomponents. Indexing, making an index of the document collection is the indexing component's responsibility. Involved in the document collections are normally listed in this index. Retrieval model, in order to obtain and rank documents in response to the user query, the retrieval model must be used. Boolean, vector space, and probabilistic models are only a few of the various retrieval models available. Ranking elements choose the orders in which the pages are displayed to the users depending on how relevant they are to the query. Data collection. A document collection is a set of papers that must be searched. It may include a variety of sources, including written material like books, journals, and websites. Storage. The document collection, index, and other data that the system requires to execute searches and retrievals are held in the component that handles storage. This is a general IR system architecture. User's query operation, retrieval system, and again the user, document collection, indexer, document index. Keyword queries, single word query, multi-word queries, multi-word keyword queries. Keyword queries, the user express information need with a list of keywords. Single keyword query, this query retrieves documents containing the term machine language anywhere. Multi-word keyword query, examples artificial intelligence application. This query retrieves documents containing the terms artificial intelligence and applications in any order possible with other keywords in between. Boolean queries. The user can use Boolean operators and, or, and not to construct complex queries. Boolean and operator like cat and dog. Boolean or operators like cat or dog. Boolean not operator like cat, not dog. Phrase queries. Such a query consists of a sequence of words that makes up a phrase. Example, machine learning algorithms are used in various applications. Creating a phrase. Proximity queries. The proximity query is a related version of the phrase query and can be combination of terms and phrases. Full document query, like Google. Some search engines like Google allow the user to issue such a query by providing the URL of the query page. Natural language queries, this is the most complex case and also the ideal case. The users express in their information need as a natural language question. The system then finds the answer. Query operation models. The query operation models can arrange from very simple to very complex. Simple processing, example, removal of stopped words. Indexer, the indexer is a model that indexes the original raw documents. Inverted index, another type of indexing schemes called the inverted index. Ranking, the retrieval systems compute a relevance score for each index document to the query according to their relevance scores. So this is the explanation regarding the text analysis and analytics. Hope you people understand. Thanks for listening my class.